Okay, hello everyone, and welcome back to another weekly episode of Sawyer-san's Magic Ride. Now, I do apologize for this week not having any lead-in footage or any kind of super spectacular images of what I did during the weekend, but I promise you I have a story. So what did happen over my weekend? So on Monday I had my Japanese lesson as usual. I thought, this is just going to be kind of another weekend. After the Japanese lesson, my Japanese teacher said, hey, it's a nice day, let's go out for a walk. And so we went out for a walk. We were going on our way to get ice cream, and she took us on a little detour. And we ended up going to a traditional fish packing plant that was here in Yaizu. And so because Yaizu is a port town, fish packing and the fish industry is kind of central to everything that this town stands for. So we went into this plant, and here at this plant they mostly pack bonito. I don't really know how else to describe it. That's the translation I get for Google Translate, is bonito. In Japanese it's called katsuo. So I went to this fish packing plant, and the owners were real nice couple. They walked us around through all the packing floor where they separate, they fillet the fish, they dry out the fish, they smoke the fish, they prepare it in different kinds of ways. They even gave us a little taste test of some of their products, so it was really cool. It was some of the best fish I've ever had, honestly, because of course it was really fresh. The one that we'd eaten had never been frozen before. It was awesome. So we got to try some of that. We got it dipped in soy sauce. They also brought out another thing called shiokara or shiogara. I honestly don't know exactly what it was called, but apparently normally it's made from squid, but this type was made from bonito, of course. And how do I put the taste? It tasted like anchovies, kind of. Really salty. It smelled like fish guts, but it was actually really good. If you put it on a Ritz cracker and then you put some of the dried bonito or katsuo flakes on top of it, it was really good, actually. So we had some fun there. And after we went through the packing floor, and the couple was nice enough to show us up into the more traditional house portion. So, like in most Japanese businesses, usually the business owners live on top of the business. So this is no different. On the ground floor was the packing floor, and then we went up some really steep traditional Japanese stairs into a traditional Japanese house. And it was really cool. Apparently the house was built somewhere around 1946, 1943, I can't remember. But it's pretty old. This room that they took us to had actually been turned into a storefront, more or less, for shirts that are traditional for this area of Japan, called uogairu. I can't remember the word exactly, but basically it's a button-up shirt with no collar, and it fits pretty loose, and it's in a straight T. There's no, on normal American t-shirts, you got your neck here, and then the shoulders and the sleeves come off at an angle. Well, on these shirts, they come off at a right angle to the neck opening. So that was really cool. Got to see, they've got a variety of different prints that they had for their shirts. So after that, even, we weren't done yet. We went to the ice cream shop like we were going to, and we got some ice cream. They had all kinds of different flavors there. I went for the oddest one. I went for the rice flavored ice cream. Now, don't worry, it wasn't horrible. It actually tasted a little like it had a little bit of lemon in it, and there were little chunks of like al dente rice, I guess you could say. It wasn't like breaking your teeth on it, but it definitely wasn't like thoroughly cooked rice. It was really good. I enjoyed it. It was not terrible at all. I think that actually concludes this last week in review. It consisted of pretty much one day of noteworthy items. And of course, I didn't have the presence of mind to take my camera because I didn't think my Japanese lesson was going to turn into a tour of a fish packing plant. Okay, I think that sums it up for news this week. Let's move on to questions, comments, and snide remarks, the part of the show where I answer your questions and comments that you leave on the Facebook and YouTube posts. So let's get started with Facebook this week. Quite a few on the Facebook this week. Let's start with Aunt Julie. Aunt Julie says, how is the weather? Is it really humid? What kind of agriculture do you see in Japan? I know that most of the wheat from the Pacific Northwest is sent to Japan for noodles. Happy birthday. Thanks, Aunt Julie. It's not quite my birthday yet. I got 2 more days. So the weather is pretty humid now. It's getting there, at least. I think average daily temperatures here, we're getting to temperatures around 75, 76, but it feels like it's into the lower to mid 80s because we have 50% humidity. It sucks, and it's only going to get higher as we get into June and the rainy season really starts to pick up. As far as agriculture here, in this area, most of the agriculture is focused around green tea and simple vegetables. And of course, it's nothing on the scale that we have in eastern Washington. Most of the farmers have one field that's maybe 120 feet square, 120 square feet or so. It's not huge. There is also quite a bit of rice production around here, but not as much as in some other areas. Up north in Hokkaido is where most of their agricultural element is here in Japan. There's actually a price hike in potato products right now because last year they had a lot of rain. It flooded up in Hokkaido and it killed a bunch of the potato crop. So they've got a shortage of potato chips and other things like that. Kind of interesting if you're into that kind of thing. Next comment. Aunt Roberta, happy birthday, Sawyer. Can't believe we're 12 weeks away from seeing you in person again. It's been a long time. Almost 12 weeks. I think I checked my countdown today and it's 14 weeks and 2 days. At the price of those t-shirts, you should load up. They look nice. They are nice, and I might as well get some more while I'm here. I don't know if we have any Uniqlo in the States, but if we do, I think that's where I'm going to go get my t-shirts from now on, because the plain one actually fits really well, and the graphic one fits really well as well. It's a little bit more baggy. I don't know why. Aunt Beth, happy birthday, Sawyer. That's surprising that chocolate is their favorite candy. I would think a chewy, fruity candy because that's what we see here. Have you changed your eating habits and cravings for American food since you've been there? You've really progressed with all your video commentary. Seem like a pro from your first week over there. Love you. Love you too, Aunt Beth. So, has my eating habits changed? Yes. I definitely have a more firm stance on my opinion of rice. Rice it's a necessary evil for me here because there's little else in the way of, just a straight starch, like bread, like we have wheat or pasta in the States. I definitely do crave a lot more American foods now, but I find that I'm also craving now more Mexican foods. I haven't seen a taco since I left the States in September last year. It's been a really long time. When I get back, I want pizza, I want tacos, and I want cinnamon rolls. As far as progressing with my video commentary, I don't think it's so much my video commentary that's progressed as much as it's been my editing skills. For every minute of footage that you see here, there's probably 30 seconds to 45 seconds of me just fuddling around and doing nothing on the camera that I go back into the editing software and I cut out. If you pay attention while you're watching these videos, you'll notice that there are a lot of places where I cut the video. I think I've gotten better at speaking. I do all these in one take. There's no separate files. I just do all this in one long-winded thing, so. And there's no script, ever. Mom comments, when you get home you might land a job as a TV anchor. I'm good at pre-records. I cannot do live. It's difficult. Speaking live without hesitation, without stuttering, without really pausing to collect your thoughts at this speed is pretty difficult for me. There's a lot of camera time where I'm stopping and catching my breath because like I said, I'm doing this all in one take. Cousin Russ Sig says, "Happy birthday, cuz. What age are you in Japan? Korean age starts at conception, so you're born, but then at the 1st of January, your age is 1. So on your first birthday, you're 2. Oh, okay. I'm 51, but my Korean age is 53. Very confusing, LOL. So I think at some time there was an age system like that here in Japan, but it was more of a holdover from China. In today's modern Japan, you are as old, your birthday starts at the day that you come out of the womb, like it is in America. So I am still just 23 until Friday, then I'm 24. Okay, and over on to the YouTube, we have one comment from Mom. Mom says, "How's your teaching going? What level are you teaching now? Is it difficult or getting easier? Oh yes, nothing like a skeleton riding a Harley. My preference is the one that matches your eyes." Winky face. Okay, thanks, Mom. As far as my teaching is going, I'm getting a lot better at it. I'm getting a lot better at managing my time and really road mapping out my lessons. And I have also become a lot more familiar with the idiosyncrasies of the English language compared to other languages around the world. And I think that's really helped my teaching ability, is that I can give students a unique perspective on the exact inner workings of English, as well as comparing that with Japanese and other families of languages, such as the Romance languages, French, Italian, Latin, and Spanish are part of the Romance languages, as well as the Germanic languages, the Scandinavian languages, the Asian families of languages. If you can understand that, then you can give some more insights as to how you can learn a language more effectively. What level am I teaching? It's the same as I've been teaching pretty much up to now, except last week they added the really, really, really young kids to my schedule on Sundays, and they took away my older kids class on Sundays. So I still teach 2 kids classes on Sundays. However, it's kind of a more difficult class, as well as the really, really young kids, which is, by nature of the beast, really difficult. Because, have you ever tried teaching a 3-year-old English? Yeah, that's what I'm dealing with. And I think that's going to wrap up this week's edition of Questions, Comments, and Snide Remarks. As always, if you'd like to get involved with this process, all you have to do is drop a comment down below. Like right now, maybe, if you feel like it. I'll answer your questions next week, and everyone will be happy. I might even change your life, maybe for the better. So thank you so much for watching. Tune in next week for more awesome content with subpar production values. I'll see you then. Bye.